How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. My name is Adam and so glad you could take some time out of your day to stop by. In today's video, we're gonna get going with trimming a lime tree, and this is one of the lime trees that you can get at a greenhouse or nursery, and that's exactly what this is here. We have another lemon lime tree that's over yonder. I'll show you here in a second that actually has probably 6, 7 to 10 actually fruits on it, so that's super exciting. And then we have this other one right over here, and it's not doing too well, so we're gonna get on and we're gonna do some pruning. It's my first time pruning a lime tree, so I'm not saying this is what to do or what not to do, but this is just kind of my go-through for what you could do for it if you're going through the same issues. The leaves are falling on this one right here quite profusely, and it hasn't done anything in a little bit, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get pruning. Alrighty, so here's our lime tree that we have here. Not doing too well. You can see, I mean, there's still some leaves on it, but ultimately it's not doing that great. We have some wilting at the end of those leaves, and you can see that branch there just doesn't have very much on it, so it's not doing very good at all. So what we're going to come in and do is in these areas right here, you can see lots of dead branches and dead growth right there. So we're going to come in and just snip all of that off, clean it all up, and that's kind of pretty much everywhere on here. You can see the dead branches, not a lot of leaves on them. So we're going to come in and clean all of that stuff up, and then hopefully it's going to promote growth for these healthier sections up here. I'm going to clean up the base here as well. Get all the fallen leaves all dropped that it did there, all cleaned up. Get that cut off. I would like to get some wire and some moss and put it in and do it like a bonsai, but I was just checking and I don't have any wire right now. So that'll be a future video where we'll bonsai this tree right here. Alright y'all, so we're going to start with this one right here. You can see that there's absolutely no leaves on it, so we're just going to give that a little chop here, come as close to the stem, and just snip it right off there. And then there's another one right there if you can see it. Quite a few of them actually, so we'll do that. We'll do the same to this one right here. And we're going to come down here. That one already fell off, so that's good. We'll do the same to this one here. And since that's already starting to die, we'll do the same. That might improve some growth along here. Those leaves, I don't know. See, we got a little bit of rust on them. So I'll leave it and let's see how it goes. What else do we have here? We'll zoom out a little bit. On there. Okay, on there. There you go. Oh, there's one right there. So we'll get him chopped off right here as well. And then we got a big guy right there. So this guy right here, completely dead as well. So I'll just come in and snip it too. Ow, stabbed myself with one of the spines on there. So if you're doing some pruning, just watch out for those spines. I just nicked myself with it. While we're here, take out all these leaves. Like I say, I like to put some moss in there, but snow's still on the ground, so can't quite do that yet. There we are, starting to look good now, nice and cleaned up. Get everything all good to go. And then we'll trim a couple more. Don't want to go too crazy with it. Don't want to stress the plant too much. Alright, so we got another one right in front of us actually. One right here, so we'll get him all trimmed up too. Maybe give this a spin. There we are. Yeah, so like I say, I'd like to get some wire, and then I could start to turn this into a bonsai. But we'll see what happens after this pruning. So there's a cluster down in here. That's not looking good as well. So we'll get that cleaned up. So this guy here. Oh. We'll do this guy here. That whole branch there is just no good. Come at it this way. Oh, there we go. And then this guy right in here as well. If we can get the whole. There we go. So there, that's a little bit cleaner down there. Then I'll do this guy right here. You can see that little sucker there. Get him cleaned off. Sheared the stem a little bit, but that's fine. Ooh, geez, that whole big guy's dead too. Holy. This whole one right here, completely dead. Nothing on it. So maybe we'll just trim him back to this node right here. And it might promote some growth. So we'll do that. Oh my, yeah, she's in rough states. Rough states. Alright, so there's a big spot right here. This whole leaf, or this whole branch, I'm thinking, needs to go. Because we got a whole dead section right here. That whole section's dead. Two tiny little leaves on it, but the only thing is they're rusted, so I think that whole branch will be better off to go, and then that way it will promote growth for the upper sections up here is what I'm thinking. But like I say, I've never really trimmed a lime tree before, so we're going with it. There we go. I think it'll be for the better. There's this section here that's dead as well. And now that I'm looking at it, so I'm gonna have to go back around and get that one. There's a little section right there at the tip. Might leave that though, just because there was little bud on the end of it, so we'll see if any life comes back to it. See, we got some rusted leaves here. It's not looking that good. Attached to the big branch there. But I mean, the growth up here is looking good, so that's a bonus. There's a dead branch with a little life on it right there. So I guess I'll leave it. Promote growth up there. And then we'll see what happens with the with all this side stuff over here. It's hard to say. Alright, well, we got our lime tree all trimmed up, and fingers crossed that actually does something. Never done it before, so we'll see. Kind of treating it like I've pruned other plants. So I don't want to go too hard on it. I was just looking around, just trimmed up a couple little suckers, and it's just spinning around here, really nice looking good. So I think once after I can pick up some wire, and we can do another trim, get some moss on there, and we'll turn it into maybe a bonsai lime tree. So maybe a future video idea. Alright, so now that we have it all trimmed up, the last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of nutrients in a container, and I'm going to go and feed it. So this is the goodness that we're going to be feeding it. It has all kinds of good stuff in there. There's eggshells, bananas, tea bags, coffee grinds, tea grinds, banana peelings all mushed up in there. There's other like lettuces and stuff in there, decomposing and creating an awesome, very nutritious kind of drink that I'm feeding these. I haven't been doing this one that we pruned, but the one that's fruiting, I've been feeding it this. So we're gonna feed the one that we just pruned this stuff right here as well. And yeah, you can make a concoction of this up yourself, and it's kind of just like a super drink for your plants. You can literally feed it to anything. Just because it's probably going to be looking for some energy and some nutrients now that it's kind of been put under that much stress. So we'll get that all done, we'll get it watered, and it'll, after that, we'll see what happens, give you an update here in, I don't know, a couple weeks, couple days, we'll see what happens with it, probably a couple weeks. I said that I would show you the one that we have fruiting over there. It has like 10 or so fruits on it and a couple more blossoms. So I'll show you that one right now before we head out. Alright, so here's the, as they say, it's the CockTail tree because it has both lemons and limes on it. But we have all kinds of blossoms, as you see there. We have some limes coming in. There's a couple right there, right on the end right here as well. Small little things starting up, so that's perfect. There's two. There's another one right in here. So they are just looking absolutely awesome. When we first got the tree, they had some on it as well. So it's super exciting after another 2 or 3 blossoms that we're going to have our own. Here's some more over here on it as well. So they're just loaded up and packed everywhere. Never done any pruning on this tree yet. As you see there, though, it needs it because there's a dead branch. So we're going to wait until after everything's all good and after all the fruits come off, we harvest it to do the pruning. And even over here, you can see there is a brand new flower, so we might even have more limes than what you see there. So there could be upwards of 12 limes on here right now. I don't want to take it out because I don't want to knock any of the blossoms off, but yeah, we are super excited about that, and that's why we're doing some work on the other one to try and get it to the state that this one is. All right, y'all. Well, that's the video. Hopefully that gave you a little bit of knowledge on some lime trees, because they are definitely finicky things to get on the go, and especially to get fruiting. I know we had to do quite a bit of work and give it quite a bit of nutrients, and we're going to keep doing that here for that other one that has anywhere from 8 to 12 limes on it right now. And this one that we just pruned here, we're going to hopefully here in the next little bit, next up and coming months, that there's going to be some fruit on it again. So fingers crossed. Much appreciate you checking out the video, and this is Adam signing off from here. If you want to check out more content, more off-grid related content, my main channel is Maple Monkey Media. Be sure to head over there and check that out as well. Cheers, y'all.